What's up, guys? Welcome out to the shop today. We're going to be doing something a little bit different. So I've been coming out here a lot lately and getting frustrated just with how the setup of my shop is and how cluttered it is and everything like that. And I started going around looking at things that I have and just noticed I have too much just stuff. There's a time and a place that you kind of realize that just you have too much and you got to pretty much just purge your shop and get rid of stuff and move stuff on to next owners. So one of the things that I've noticed is that some of the things in my shop I don't touch hardly ever, if at all, within a year. A great example is this disc sander. It was a 12-inch disc sander. I picked up the motor and then ended up finding the plate somewhere else. I can't even remember where I picked the plate up, but it was a 12-inch plate, fit the shaft of the motor, and I built the construction around it to give me a disc sander. I built it and have probably used it 4 times in the last 3 years or so since I built it. And it sits on the floor. I don't have any real place to put it, and it gets in the way. I keep on moving it around, keep on kicking it. So I've already went ahead and gotten rid of that and sold that. So when I'm selling these things, I'm not entirely trying to make a profit. I'm just trying to sell it to recoup some of the funds that I've used during that time, and then be able to take the money, either put it back into the shop or do something else with it, purchase new tools, something not necessarily tools that I don't think I would ever not use, but one of the things I'm trying to save up money for is a router plane, and those are about $100 to $150, and that's just something that I'm going to try to save up with while doing this tool purge. Another great example of something that I am going to be purging is this sander right here. Some of you guys might say that I'm a little crazy to get rid of something like this, but I have broken the belt probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago, and I just never replaced the belt on this. And so this has been sitting in my shop. I move it around, lost the table for it, and so this thing hasn't even had a belt on it in the past couple years, which means that I don't find it useful enough to keep around. Along with these pulleys I picked up in a lot of other junk from a yard sale or an auction, and these have actually just been sitting on the base of my drill press, taking up room. So something like this, I grouped a lot together and trying to sell it just for like $5. Sander, I think I put up for like 20 bucks just to get it moved out of my shop and get a little bit of cash for it. So I'm also taking into consideration of things that I like to collect and things that I've collected, but I don't feel like I'm collecting and really have that much value into it. Whereas like these hand planes over here, I won't be getting rid of any of these. I enjoy looking through them. I've collected them, looked through the makers and stuff like that. But then if I come down here, I have all these hand saws right here. A couple of these smaller ones I'm going to probably keep, but most of these I'm going to be selling off. A few I might end up keeping, but I've already offered some of these up for sale. And then I also have my sawtill, which is right here, that has some cool saws in there, and then there's some that I've never restored. So I'm going to be going through these, and between all those saws, I'm going to go ahead and get just enough to fill up that rack, if not even more space available on it. So I don't want to have a whole bunch of saws that I won't ever use. I want them good, usable ones. There's 2 miter saws. I'm going to probably be keeping both of those. So this whole tool purge thing came to me whenever I was trying to build this dresser right here. I have nowhere to move around. It's in the way because I have nowhere to put it, and then I have no room to put anything else because I have too much stuff. So today we're going to be going through and just looking at the different things, trying to figure out what I need, what I don't need. I can see right here on the chest there's 3 number 6s, and I definitely don't need 3. Something like that I can go ahead and pass on to somebody else. We're gonna go ahead and start by getting this table saw moved out of the shop, and then we'll get the dresser moved out and we'll start organizing some stuff. All right, so we'll start over here with the chest and see what I need, what I don't need. So like I said, I've got 3 number 6s. This is my most recently one I restored. Very happy with this one. This one's a little bit older, I believe, than the others. So I can either keep one of these, restore these. This one's got a good handle on it that I made. Feels real good. So I think I'm going to keep this one and take these 2 and pass them on to somebody else. So we're going to go ahead and put these over here with the hand saws. So we'll take the number 6, number 7, obviously I'm going to keep. I like the metal ones because they're pretty powerful. Got a couple of these that I'm thinking about getting rid of. I think this one does a good job, so I want to keep that one. I like this one. And I'm going to keep this big boy. But I think I'll go ahead and pass this one off. I don't think there's any kind of maker marks on this one. And I'll go ahead and pass this one off. This one has a loose handle, always has. I've never tried to fix it, repair it. This one does have a maker mark, but it's been so beat up and damaged that I can't even see it. Something Jones. So I might look that up before I go ahead. Oh, there's something on the very front. I might look it up before I do anything. So this is somebody's in Bristol. So this is a European or a British plane. So look that up before I get rid of it though first. But we'll put this one over here along with this guy. So we'll go ahead and get rid of those 4 as well. So I've went ahead and got these already posted up on the Facebook Marketplace, and we'll just see what happens. I've priced each one individual, and then went and said that if they want them all, they can have them for a certain price or best offer, just like I've done for those hand saws. And now it's just a waiting game. If I had a Stanley number 8 metal plane, I would consider getting rid of this one, but I'm not too sure. That one's like 30 inches in length, and it does a great job as a joiner plane. And then this one does a great job as well. The reason why I'm keeping this one, I don't think it has a maker mark on there. Yeah, it does. It's a Scioto Works plane. But the reason why I'm keeping this one is it's got a pretty wide open mouth, but it can hog away some wood, and it does a great job as a jack plane. So I really like that one. And then obviously I'm going to keep both of these. These are both in good condition. This one has some surface rust on the iron. This iron is still almost at full length, but everything's good with these. Both of these are the corrugated bottoms. And if I get a chance, maybe I'll upgrade these to an earlier model, but I'm very happy with these 2 right now, so those 2 will stay. So I've got all those planes sitting up on here, and then I'm looking down and I see this plunge router, and I don't think I've used this plunge router in a couple years. I don't really see any reason to keep it. I have my router that's actually in my table that I won't be getting rid of because I do different items on there, so I do use that. This one's big, bulky, and heavy, so if I need to get a new router, maybe I'll upgrade to one of those like little trim routers or something a little bit smaller. I do have all the pieces though, like the handles and stuff, for the one that's in there. These are identical, so I got all the pieces in the shelves that I can actually turn that one into a router, like a portable router if needed. All right, so I've had this chest for a while. I tried to turn it into something usable. The shelving doesn't really work out that well, but I do have quite a few planes in here that I want to go through and see if I need to get rid of them. That's one of the first planes I ever made. It's not that good. It cut, but not happy with it at all. I think the iron I made out of a saw. So that wasn't a very good plan, but I kept it. I don't know why. Mouth is too big. It was poorly executed. I've learned a lot from it, but so we're going through all these planes. You can see that I have a lot that are the exact same. A lot of number 4s. So let's see here. Some of them aren't complete. This one right here I picked up a while ago. This is number Stanley number 78 rabbit plane. I'm gonna go ahead and keep this one. This one is missing parts, so I probably would just throw that in with something. It's a number 4. I don't even know who it's made by. It has 100 row on the side. I wonder if somebody was trying to sell this thing for $100. This one is also a no name. Oh, it's a Worth. It's worth a lot. Whoever wants a Worth. So we'll probably throw that one into the tool lot. This one right here is a Parpless. I don't know why I painted it that color after I restored it, but this one cuts really well. Has a good mouth on it and stuff, but I have a couple of number 4s that I already use. So we'll put that one up for sale. Yeah, this one, which is a Fulton. I don't know why I don't ever use this one. It's got a good mouth. I don't think I've ever restored it though. I don't think the frog or something was working correctly. Oh, I see. The lever up top is broken. One has no lever cap. It's a Stanley number 4 Sweetheart. It says Sweetheart. It's got Sweetheart iron in it. But it doesn't have the correct handle, I don't believe. This one's got a lot of good parts though. So I'll probably keep this one as a parts plane. And then I turned this one. It's got a what do you call it? A curved iron for cutting. That one I'm going to keep because that one does good helping hog away material. This one I probably couldn't give away. This is a Stanley number 4. This was one of my first smoothing planes. It is a piece of junk. I got it from, I think, Lowe's or Home Depot. But this ain't worth anything. This is, I think they sell these for like 20 bucks. It's got plastic all over it. It's not very good. So I've cleaned up like a bunch of this area. Needed to keep on cleaning it. Like got sawdust buildup and everything. But I got all of the hand planes that I just recently went through and was able to get those all put into this chest. So they're kept and covered up, and hopefully I don't forget about them. With that area being cleaned up though, it means that I can work on some other areas. And one of the spaces that I need to get cleaned up is also the top. I have some items up there that I don't know why I still have them. Like belts and things like that I've gotten in random lots of buying small engine stuff, and I don't know, I just got them. So I'm gonna pull those down, put them to the side, sell, I think it's probably like 30 belts, and try to get them gone for like $5, $10, something like that. Just make an offer, one of those kind of things. So I was able to pull down all these belts, and I found some torches as well. Stuff like this, I don't know why I still have this torch. Got it with the tanks. I don't believe these are very safe anymore, so these are just gonna get thrown in the trash. All the belts I'll probably put online just for like 10 bucks to see if somebody will want to buy them. If not, we'll give it like a week and then they'll go in the trash. All right guys, another tip for you guys. I'm still moving stuff around and trying to get more organized, seeing what I can throw away, what I can go ahead and get sold, and obviously what I want to keep. One thing that I'm running into though is I'm finding a lot of this equipment with like cables and different things like that that can be wrapped up a little bit better to make it more neater. And I ended up buying some of these little hook and loop ties. I believe I got these at Harbor Freight for next to nothing. I use these all over the place, from airlines, power cords, extension cords, all sorts of things. If it's got a cord on it, I've been trying to use those here lately to keep them wrapped up and more organized. So those help a lot, and they keep the little prongs on your plugs from getting bent. So check those out, go get them, and keep stuff more organized. So I still have a mess, even though I've thrown so much away and just like general cleanup. I keep on finding like little small engine parts that I keep on forgetting to throw away, like these little starters and stuff like that. I think that I put them away and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna probably use them, or wonder if something else is different or if I can keep it, and then I never do, and these things are just laying around. I've got that starter right there, and then I have this starter as well. Both of these I believe are bad. So it's things like these I'm trying to get better at finding and getting tossed before I move on to the next projects. I also think that with some of those metal items that I keep finding laying around, I keep on putting it in my head that I'm gonna stash all this metal and be like one of those hoarders and just stick a bunch of metal to the side, and then eventually put it on a trailer, ship it over to the metal junkyard area and get paid like millions of dollars for scrap metal. But that never happens, and it's time to get rid of a lot of that metal. Eventually, you guys can see I've opened up the middle of the shop quite a bit, and eventually I want to take my workbench and get it moved over here. One of the plans that I have coming up is to actually build the anarchist tool chest and the workbench. So those are two items that I have plans for within the next year. I really like those designs, and it just makes sense, and that's also where this kind of tool purge is coming into play, because like, who needs 30 hand saws? And I don't display them or anything like that. I know some of the guys that do collecting, they display them. I don't. There's no reason for me to have them. So I think there's like 20 saws over there that thing can hold 20 saws. I want to get 20 quality saws, get them over there so they're user ready. I already said hand planes aren't going anywhere. The molding planes mainly, because I really do enjoy collecting those and just researching them. So that whole area is going to stay and hopefully grow. I want to be able to have a whole bookshelf right there just filled with those. But I want to bring the workbench out here into the middle of the floor, and then use my table saw outside to cut down rough stock. So the tool purge of 2021 has started. I've already gotten a lot of hits on like the hand planes and the hand saws. I think I've already had over 120 listing views just on the joiner planes and stuff like that, and I can see that there's multiple people that have saved them. So hopefully those sell quickly. Hopefully the little hand planes sell quickly. Then the hand saws, those are kind of harder to move. So hopefully those will eventually move, but those are a little bit more difficult to move. So after I get my dresser build finished, I'm gonna go ahead and get a lot of this moved around, get it a little bit better organized, and see where that goes. Thanks guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video today. Hope you guys go check out your own shops and see what you guys have, what you guys don't need. Make some room for stuff, sell some stuff, make some money, and then buy some more stuff. Again, thanks guys for watching. We'll see you guys on the next video.